incredible film. You must be so proud of this movie. Is there a nicer feeling of pride in the fact that you used a lot of Australian actors, crew, and you filmed there?
This is amazing. I mean, it's like everyone is as good or better than anywhere in the world there. And, you know, Ridley Scott just went down there and did his film, and he says the same thing. I mean, it's a good place to make a film.
Yeah, but nice for you to be home too.
It was nice, you know, and the pool of talent there in all areas, in all fields of filmmaking is.
And I think you had a couple of your sons working on it as well.
Yeah, one in the camera department and one in the acting department. And then, of course, everybody else. I mean, from the camera guys to the special effects to the set design to the, you know, everything was fantastic, yeah.
This is an extraordinary story, and I mean, you have visited war films before. What was so special about this? And especially it's so visceral when you see the battle scenes.
Yeah, well, I think they needed to be that way. Realistically, because Okinawa was the largest loss of life in the Pacific theater for sure. But this is it's an evolution on a war film because it's about love, really. The driving theme here is love. I mean, a situation that reduces most men to the level of animals. You have an individual like this salmon swimming upstream who goes into the hell of war, and it's bad, and hones his higher self and almost becomes spiritual. Well, it does become indeed very spiritual, and it's the pinnacle of heroism what he does. He won't touch a weapon, he's in the worst place on earth, and he saves his brothers, and greater love hath no man than he lays life down for his friends. And this is what he did repeatedly. So, my God, it's just so inspiring. And it's getting above war. He'll treat a Japanese soldier, he'll take care of anybody who's in trouble. Yeah. So it's beyond sides.
Yeah, but there's also something about the idea of faith and conviction, and also how that plays in a battle of war, right?
Yeah, he's all faith. He went in armed with nothing more than faith. That's all he had, and he's a real guy. I mean, you can't argue with him. Like, the guy was like astounding what he accomplished. How do you do that? How do you cart 75 guys off a hill in constant peril? And physically, how do you do it?
Where was that Hacksaw Ridge filmed? Where was the actual? I mean, it looked amazing. Yeah.
Well, the cliff was in Goulburn.
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 Really?
In the big marina.
Oh wow.
But the cliff was amazing there.
Yeah.
It was like 120 feet. But then we reconstructed like 20 feet of the Goulburn cliff on a farm in Bringelly, and then had a football field-sized thing where we dug holes and made a battlefield. So it worked out all right. It looks vast.
It looks incredible.
It's actually a postage stamp of dirt, you know.
Got priority. A priority? You ever heard of triage? He'll be dead before we get him down.
You don't know that! Get him down!
All right? Okay. Go. Okay. Go.
Quite a role to take on. I mean, and you did a lot of research, didn't you?
Oh yeah, you have to, because you know you don't get these opportunities very often to play people who have lived, and also people who are whose stories could potentially be so inspiring to an audience and send ripples. So you want to fill it, and you want to live up to it as much as possible.
Yeah, it was interesting because I think Mel said in a statement that in a cinematic landscape of superheroes, and you've been in that cinematic landscape, to actually celebrate a real hero is something really special.
Yeah, a hero that's not looking to be called a hero as well. A hero that can't help but be called a hero, even though he would never call himself one. And a man that simply lived true to himself, and because of that ended up doing incredible things.
So tell me about your experience working in Australia and also with Mel.
Yeah, well, I just love both of them. It was so easy in this strange way. I think it really served our picture because, you know, the feeling on set with all these wonderful young Aussie actors, in the barracks especially, there's this feeling of let's get in the muck together. You know, it's a very Aussie way. not dissimilar to a British film set, a British film crew. Everyone's just a little bit happier because the sun's out. So there's that, and then there's Mel, who's just the leader you always want. The leader you always want, because he's coming from a place of love, he's coming from a place of care and nurturing, and he wants you to be everything that you are. And he does it in a way of challenging you and pushing you and coaxing it out of you and letting you and trusting you. It's just a wonderful, wonderful way that he works.
There's something you gotta see.
Who did this?
That's the card.
Please, Lord, help me get one more.
Help me get one more.